All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's news story, we're going to be talking about Nightfall loot in Destiny 2 and how there's almost too much Nightfall loot for the proper rotation, and Bungie took a really weird approach with the launch of the Witch Queen, and so this left a lot of us thinking that the Nightfall loot became bugged. We got some clarification from the community manager DMG, and now we're going to go ahead and cover this full story. So for starters, we had the Duty Bound came out the first week. The second week, we had the Silicon Neuroma. The third week, let me pull up the chart here. The third week, we had the Comedian Shotgun come out, and then week 4, we had the Hotheads. So then we were assuming that, the Palindrome and the Plug 1 would come out the week after that. But unfortunately, that's not the case. What we have is a tweet here from EK, or Ekugan, hopefully I'm saying the name right. He has Scarlet Keep, Duty Bound, Arm Stealer, Silicon Roma, the Lightblade Strike, Comedian, Glassway, Hothead, and Fallen Saber was the Duty Bound. So it went through the same loot that we had already been through before, and Birthplace of the Vile, question mark. And so we have a response here from the community manager that goes over this, like, where's the Palindrome? Are we not doing the Palindrome anymore? One of the best, most sought-after hand cannons in the game, top 10 meta weapon in Trials. DMG responds saying, checking with the team, looks like the Palindrome and Plug 1 will appear during the same week that Grandmaster Nightfall has become available. And then they will appear more frequently in rotation as they're newer, so the weapons aren't necessarily paired to specific strikes. We'll continue conversations with the team and pass along feedback that we see on how rotation is working right now. So there we have an answer to that. They're trying to rotate some of the newer weapons through. But the question that I still have a little bit with this is that I'm not entirely sure if there's an exclusion of certain weapons that we didn't know about before. I believe they mentioned that the Azumi RR4 sniper was going to be removed from the loot pool, and I also want to say that the Swarm was also going to be removed, but I don't recall anything about the Hung Jury and the Shadow Price auto rifle also being removed. So I'm not sure if those weapons are in rotation, and it's definitely a weird start to the season where we only have one Nightfall weapon dropping per week, whereas before we had 2 Nightfall weapons, and you just randomly got one or the other. So we'll see what they choose to do in the future. Obviously, they're doing one weapon for now. We had Duty Bound, Silicon, Comedian, Hothead, and then this week is Duty Bound again, and then presumably next week will be Silicon Neuroma, and then after that will be the Grandmaster's arrival, and we'll have the Palindrome Adept and the regular Palindrome along with the Plug 1. And then I don't know what's going to happen in week 8. Your prediction is as good as mine. If I misunderstood which weapons have been removed from the pool, then these are all the weapons. But if I haven't, then the Shadow Price and the Hung Jury would still be in there. So definitely a bit confusion with this week's Nightfall loot. We'll see how it all pans out in the end. But I think it's a decent choice to have the Duty Bound auto rifle come back for a second time before the old weapons, because myself personally, I would rather have, some new rolls of the newer weapons than the old weapons that have been in rotation for quite a while now. Let me know your thoughts about that, though, in the comment section below. And make sure you're subscribed here with notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.